Welcome back to Happy Lies, Sad Truths, sponsored to you by Boss 3 and T Clothing and Dr. Green's Holistic and Wellness. This is the podcast where we get real about life's biggest lessons, the ones that come with the price. I'm your host, Boss. And today we're diving deep into a topic that is raw as it gets: the fall of Big Meech and Ralo's reputation. How breaking the rules crashed they game. Now, this episode is not about glorifying the streets or the hustling, idolizing all that. It's not about that. It's about exposing the real truth. How breaking rules brings even the biggest players down. Real business. When you break the rules were laid down for the game not to be as fucked up as it is right now. But, humans fuck up everything. Like Meech and Ralo, they were powerhouses in their own right. You know what I mean? It's like, but both of them paying the price right now for breaking the rules. Now, as far as Big Meech is concerned, don't nobody know if he broke the rules because nobody's produced any paperwork, which is a rule in itself. You know what I mean? So like with 50, I respect 50 because I know he really from the street. So in my opinion, he got something and he just demoralizing him first. But like with the case he caught, talking about Big Meech, with the case he caught, and he had people telling on him and everything. And I ain't gonna say it's that female because all the shit that a female did got thrown out because she was having sex with the agent. Now, as far as him coming home early on Kingpin Acts and all the shit he was in jail for, you had to do something bad as far as the game is concerned. And like I said, by the rules of the streets, you don't call nobody no rat, no snitch, and you don't got the paperwork in hand. That's a violation of the rules. You know what I mean? And that's why the game is so fucked up now because everybody playing by their own rules. I don't believe that the female got him. I don't think he a natural born leader. The dude started some shit. Man, that dude a real boss, man. But everybody got their breaking point. A lot of them older cats do that shit, man. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then you younger cats, y'all look up to these dudes and be like, whoa, but be like, oh, this nigga, this. You don't know what you'll do until you put in that situation. And trust this, when the feds come, they already got you. 98.9% of the time, they already know everything. So it ain't really too much. You got to be giving them some shit that they don't know about. And like I said, I feel like this. Cause I was put in a situation where niggas was talking about I told on my cousin and all this shit. I had to give all my paperwork to the nigga who started the set. So I figure, if Meech ain't did nothing foul, didn't do nothing foul, the first thing he should have done was presented all his paperwork to the internet. I mean, he doing it now. You got on there and said I wasn't gonna do this and I wasn't gonna do that. So that means you entertained it. So by entertaining it, that's when you're supposed to lay all your paperwork out. Because my whole point is you got all of it, everything. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. But like I said, you don't call people snitches and shit like that, and you don't have paperwork in hand. Like where I grew up at, that, you know what I'm saying? If you did some shit like that, you had 72 hours to present that shit, or that's your ass. And that's how it's supposed to be. That'll eliminate all this bullshit and ruckus. But like I said, when you start playing by your own rules, this is the type of shit you get. You know what I mean? So like I said, me personally, as far as Meech is concerned, I just think the brother should just show his own paperwork because you got on there and already exposed it. You know what I'm saying? Now you can say that I ain't got to do all that, but then you shouldn't have said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Since it's public, it's in the public arena now. That's the best way to clear your name. Here go all the paperwork. You can put that shit online, pay somebody to do it. You know what I mean? But It's a strict rule, man, that you don't accuse nobody of snitching and not have the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I got a lot of love for 50. You know what I'm saying? I respect the kid. The kid did his thing, doing his thing. So I just gotta believe he got something real other than the chick. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, two things. Meech a natural born leader. Having females do shit for him, he was running shit in prison. So if he can, you know what I mean? So, and then even still, her shit didn't work because she got caught fucking the agent. So that still wouldn't have got him out of jail. But you know what I'm saying? That's like with cases. That's why you don't take deals. So you take deals, you don't know who told on you. You're not gonna get none of that information. Man, the code is important, man, and that's another one that a lot of people break. When you catch them kind of cases, you don't take no deal. Y'all fight that shit. Let's do this. Let's switch the gears for a second and talk about deals. Let's talk about John Gotti. Y'all know the name, the King of New York. Yeah. And what was his number one rule, man? If you watch all his documentaries and all that, what was his number one rule? No deal. No deals. Period. And the reason for that is when you in the game for real, in the real game like that, when people coming for you, you don't take no deal because when the feds come, they already got you. So you might as well fight it out. Why take a deal for 20 years to stop from getting 80? It's the same concept. So, and when you take a deal, you don't know who told on you. You don't know where all the bullshit came from. You don't know where the mistake was made. You don't know nothing. And you can't appeal your case once you take a deal. You know what I mean? So it's like you never sign your name away, man, on that paperwork, man. Now you catch these little punk ass gun cases and these little punk ass cases and fight that you finna get 2 years. You just take the deal, but you don't talk to nobody. You know what I mean? It's like you see, Gotti took his shit all the way to trial, man. I mean, even if he'd have took a deal, he got stretched out. So what was the use? But he knew everything. You see, they had to bring everybody out who told. They got it. Now they got it. Once you fight in a trial, they gotta bring the motherfucking witnesses. They got to. You know what I mean? Gotti knew the risk, but he also knew the price for selling his soul. That's why he stuck to the code. He didn't sell out, even when the people came after him. Like what? And brought all them other people to tell on him. He still fought it all the way. Do not think when you take them deals, man, you just gonna walk away scot-free. You not. Your ass is through. Period. Ain't no appealing, it ain't no finding out. It's over. So at that point, it's only assumptions that you can say. Oh, I assume this person told on me or that person told on me. You know what I mean? So you just got to be cautious of this game, youngsters, man, when y'all get in these games, because it's very rare where a motherfucker is not going to wash your ass up, man. Think about this. If you ask yourself, who would you give all your life for right now? At the drop of a hat. Who would you give your whole life to? Now let's talk about Ralo. This guy didn't snitch. His paperwork said he brought his paperwork out. I give him that. But here's the thing. He talked to the police. He talked to them. And when you talk to the cops, whether you lying or not, you already broke the rules, man. Once the handcuffs go on, you supposed to be quiet. Period. That's it. It ain't nothing else to talk about. You got me. Let me go. Give me a sandwich or something, man. But, Ralo got caught with pounds of weed on a private plane. So that means he crossed state lines already. So when the feds came, they already knew what they are. That's why they got the plane. They already knew what they needed to know. They know 98.9% of everything about that case. So my thing, and everybody's thing is like, what could you have lied about? Now his paperwork say that all the locations they went to was vacant and all the people and all that, but he still didn't get stretched out. So it's like, what could you possibly have told? What? And a lot of people talking about the time he got. he should have got more time. But a lot of people that be talking that shit, but have never been in them situations. It's a lot of shit that can go wrong with cases. You know what I mean? But the feds is different. It's different because when they come, they already know damn near all the time, man. But that's the problem with Ralo, man. He talked. You know what I'm saying? Even though he did the snitch, the fact that he talked violated the game's rules. He might not even knew the rules. He probably got rich just by his natural born self and without no guidance, just getting it. Because you would know. You don't sit down and talk to them police, man. Because you got to think, no one really knows what you said behind them closed doors, man. But his paperwork show he didn't snitch, but he did talk. And once you break that code, the gang don't care about your side of the story. See, like on these streets, y'all get away with a gang of shit. But when y'all hit them level 4s, all them rules that you hear about, you be saying, old niggas this and old niggas that. Them niggas in there play by them rules. They'll sit on you for 3-4 years, laughing, shucking and jiving before that. Because you got to think, 4 years ain't nothing when a motherfucker got life without. Or been in that motherfucker since the 70s. You gonna answer for that shit when you touch their yard, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is the sad truth, man. The streets, they're set up for failure, man. The rules were laid down so this chaos wouldn't occur. But you got to understand, it's like the rules can be super good. It's humans, man. These humans fuck up everything. You know what I'm saying? The second you let people slide the rules, with the rules, the whole game just crashes. When we stop holding people accountable, we lose everything, period. As far as and that's with everything. Like Malcolm X said, Islam is the perfect religion. Man screwed it up. Look, man, if you can't play by the rules, then get out the game, period. It doesn't matter how much money you're making or how powerful you think you are. You're already done if you can't follow the rules. Like the Mexicans in prison. Them motherfuckers run a cold ship. They run a cold ship, but they don't be having all that bullshit though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody human, so they got the fuck ups, but they deal with them situations immediately. Yeah, immediately. See, Big Meech and Ralo are perfect examples of what happened when you start thinking you're bigger than the rules. You know what I'm saying? It's like they thought they could break the code. I don't know what Meech did. I don't even know if he did something, but I just feel like if you didn't do nothing, the first thing I would have done, like I did, here go my paperwork. This is where I was housed at. This is everywhere I've been. You know what I'm saying? And this is why their reputation is gonna be fucked up. Like Ralo thing is, you did break the rules. You didn't snitch, but like the old motherfuckers say, a motherfucker don't know what you said behind them closed doors, man. The second you break the rules, man, everything you've built is in danger. Period. That's why I say, man, the game is so fucked up, man. Like you young dudes, this should be like a wake-up call to you, man. Like with Big Meech, everybody idolize that dude. Now look at this. Ralo, he in y'all generation. Look at it, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. The streets is done. The rules don't even matter to most people no more. And the only reason they probably matter to them dudes behind the wall, because that's all they got. And that's why the game is messed up, man. You don't want to end up like Meech doing 25, 30 years in prison, then get out and then get your whole reputation smashed. Or like Ralo. You know what I mean? You can trying to navigate a system where the rules don't even apply no more. That shit is crazy. You're better off, man, grinding through a legit hustle. I mean, it's just like selling drugs. It's the same situation. The only thing is the feds can't take your money. I would never say this, but the way this game is set up now, you can get a job that's making drug money. You can create your own job or get a punk ass. I don't know, man. You can stack you some bread though and start you a legitimate business and make drug money in today's day. It's set up like that. something you can stand on, man. Real business. That's real power. It's like you can create your own lane in today's day, man. That's what a game is at. That's what a game at now. If you don't like it, it's like you can do something else. It's just that many legal hustles. And like I keep saying these young cats, but even the older dudes, all you old dudes, man, this is where you need to step up. If you still out there in the game, man, and you fucking with these youngsters, man, you supposed like my uncle them did you supposed to sit their ass down, man, and tell them what they getting themselves into. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what they getting themselves into, what it holds. This case handles this, this is this, and when them people come, because it ain't if, it's when them people come, this is what they're gonna be hitting you with. This is what you're gonna be looking for. This is what you're gonna be looking at. And if they can't handle it, most of them, if you tell them the real and keep it 3,000 and not be bullshitting, the ones who really ain't with it, shake that shit, man. It's a lot of shit they wouldn't do if they knew they finna get 200,000 years. You know what I mean? The sad truth is this, though, man. When you break the rules, you break everything. Meech and Ralo, they live in proof. Like the rules is set in stone, man. It's not hard to follow. Either you with it or you're not. The game isn't loyal to nobody. And once you step outside the code, the game gonna come back and bite your ass. Cause everybody love the game. The game don't love nobody. And the game stay solid. It's the players that fuck it up everything. It's the players. But the game is solid. Like, for example, Meech got out early, right? But it cost him his whole reputation. Ralo talked. He told a lie. But it still cost him. Now their reputations are in question, man. Period. This is the whole thing. Whether he told or not, you shouldn't have never talked to them people. It's just that simple. Once they got the handcuffs on you, it's over. Whatever Meech did, Meech might have came home just because, I don't know, sickness or something. If that's the case, he should say that and show the paperwork. But today is the days, the way it is. Both of them can still move around, make moves. But the game is over, period. End of story. You know what I mean? So, this is the thing. If you gonna, I believe this. Up under right tutelage, man, everybody can be great. But one thing is for certain. You got to stick to the rules. Or watch everything crumble. It's just that simple. Because they were set for a reason. So what happens is this motherfucker make 100 million. This motherfucker make $1 million when 100,000 is the thing. So now he the man. Back in the day, you couldn't even be no punk and get no money. Real business. Basically nowhere. So as you start letting squares get into this business, I ain't gonna even say that because it's a lot of these so-called solid motherfuckers that tell. Look at Nicky Barnes. He told because his partner was fucking his girl. That's his excuse. It ain't no excuse. If that's what the case is, then you send somebody to handle that situation. But you know, you'll be quick to say, oh, everybody will, this person ain't gonna handle that, it ain't gonna. No, man. Or you wait for that motherfucker to come to jail. Because one thing is for certain, man. Chances of you coming to jail, it's a 90% chance, 98% chance that your ass going to prison if you fucking with hard drugs. Cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines, all that type of stuff. Because it ain't if they coming, it's when they coming. And they coming. You know what I mean? So, like I said, y'all growing up in a time where y'all can get loans and grants and y'all can get the money that we hustled and grind for in the streets from the bank. Like, for real. I don't see the excitement with breaking the law. I can understand being broke and being fucked up, and that be the easy way out. You know what I'm saying? And I can definitely understand that. Real business. Fuck being broke when a motherfucker go out here and sell his work and get to this paper. But understand how much time you facing, what drug charges carry, what drug charges with guns carry, what guns, drugs, and another crime carry. Know what you getting yourself into, so when them people come, you can be honest with yourself and take your fucking time and ride with it. You know what I'm saying? So, because like I said, all you really got to do is two good things you can do with yourself to see what the next motherfucker do. One, ask yourself, who would you give your whole life up for right now? I ain't talking about dying. I'm talking about who would you go sit in a prison cell for the rest of your life for right this motherfucking minute? And before you answer that question, find somebody that you can trust, somebody like an uncle or a sister or a cousin, to have them lock you in the bathroom with a mattress for 23 hours. Yeah. Get you about 2 packs of top ramen, some sliced meat, some processed cheese, and have them lock you in a bathroom for 23 hours, let you out for 1 hour, and then lock your ass back up. You ain't gonna want to go back in there. But go on and go back in there. And if you can't do that shit for 2 days, man, what makes you think you can do it for 200 years? Better question is, what makes you think a motherfucker that'll fuck your girlfriend behind your back? What makes you think he gonna sit in the motherfucking cell for 20 years for you? He fucking your girl behind your back. Or you fucking his girl behind his back. Just think, either way, if you fucking your partner girl, like when we grew up, niggas' girls was off limits. Now, nigga had a bunch of bitches or a bunch of other females. That's what them the ones you bring to Sharky Water, because you don't care what happened to them. But when a nigga going behind your back to talk to a broad and talking bad about you, I hear it all the time because females tell me everything. Yeah, I know a whole lot of shit that motherfucking niggas be saying about me and see me and smile in my face. Just like when the motherfuckers was talking about I was telling. What? Man, if y'all don't knock it the fuck off, tell on what? On who? And then when they said my cousin, man, if you don't knock it the fuck off, bottom line, man, I had 3 years joint suspension. I wouldn't have gave a fuck who I told on. I was going to prison. Period. That's it. But when I heard it, I went straight to the motherfucker. I went straight to Rayford. Like, what? Look here, man. Matter of fact, I brought him all the store receipts, motherfucker. I was in PC. Check this here out, man. I was in Corcoran on a level 4 yard, nigga, with Baby Drop and a whole bunch of other motherfuckers that can verify, nigga. I spent my whole time on a level 4. Yeah, period. And before that, I was in motherfucking East Max in the hole. And like I said, the point that I'm making is I brought the paperwork to Rayford. I brought the receipts from when you go to the store, you get a receipt. It say where you housed that. When I was in Wayside and all that shit. So that's how serious it is. But the thing be, these is your partners. They ain't checking motherfuckers. They just letting it go. They see a motherfucker. So I know a lot of motherfuckers that done said fly shit about me, man. You know what I'm saying? To bitches and other motherfuckers. And they tell me, but my whole point is, it's funny to me because you ain't gonna say it to me. You see what I'm saying? The game is set up for you to lose, man. And it's so easy to get $100, $200, $300,000 when you're young and your credit ain't fucked up and all that shit, man. It's simple for you to do now. You ain't gotta go sell drugs and rob motherfuckers. All you really gotta do, if your credit fucked up, I mean, if you 25, 26 years old, 30 years old, and your credit fucked up, it can't be too much of nothing. You know what I'm saying? It can't be. You think about it like this. You go hit a lick with 3 motherfuckers and y'all get 300,000. All right. That's only roughly y'all getting $100,000 a piece. That's only roughly like that's less than $10,000 a month. Let's see how much that shit really is. Let's see. So we can have an accurate number. We ain't gonna let me see. Uh no. That's $8,333.33 a month. Now, if you get caught, you finna do 30 years, 20 years, if not life, for 8,000. Nigga, you can go work at McDonald's for that, man. Real business. That's less than $2,000 a week. That's about $2,000 a week. 2,100, 2,050. The point that I'm making is these new situations that's occurring on social media, because y'all into that shit, y'all can see how the game don't play. If you look at Meech just did 20-some years, man. He brought motherfuckers from every state together, and they was getting papers, and niggas still snitched on him. Real bad, this motherfucker still told on him. He ain't even get caught for his own shit. He got caught because his brother was on the phone bullshit. That dude is a solid motherfucker. Unless motherfuckers produce that paperwork, then a motherfucker can, like, oh, you can't recover from that, man. You dig what I'm saying? Real talk, true story, man. Bottom line, it's better to take 3 to 6 months to get your credit straight, open up your corporation, wait 2 years, get you 50,000, fuck around, put it back, wait 6 months, get 150,000, fuck around, wait 6 months, get 300,000. All you gotta do is fuck around with the money. Don't spend the fucking money until you got something that's guaranteed to bring money in. Period. Once you do that for like 6 months to a year, you can go and get you. A lot of motherfuckers you see riding around in these cars, these motherfuckers is leasing these cars, man. That's a rental car. Tell them motherfuckers to show you their titles, man. I got titles to every fucking car you see me driving, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you want Rolls Royces and all that shit, man, you can lease that shit, man. All you gotta do is be able to pay $3,000-$4,000 a month. So you establish a motherfucking hustle. What you do is you write down a list of the shit you want and how much that shit costs. And you find a hustle to cover that. Then you find you another hustle to have fun with, man. I mean, honestly, do what you want to do. Just so you know you seeing this shit on social media. 50 put this boy on blast because he mad because he took a picture with somebody else. You got to think. 50 also, although 50 sold dope and did his thing, you are a businessman now. And real business, that's 50 though. I ain't mad at him. On me, I love his style and his showmanship. Only if he got the paperwork. If he know for a fact he told, then yeah, I really still look up to him. Like, I mean, not look up to him, but like his style and his showmanship. You know what I'm saying? But if he don't have no paperwork and he's saying this man a told and he from the streets, you just doing that shit because you up now, you know, and that's not a good look. Although the game fuck, and I'm sure he looking at it like he don't give a fuck because the game's so fucked up and watered down now anyway. So it's more like, this how I feel. Fuck it. But he came in the game like fuck everybody. So that's his whole thing. But I still know that the dude is stand-up cat, man. And I don't believe that he would, you know, put a man on the throw a real street dude, a real boss like that under the bus by breaking the rules and not having the documentation to prove it. I mean, you're supposed to present it when you make those accusations because, like, if you people that work every day don't know, that's a serious accusation. Like, that's a serious. That's a serious. That's a serious accusation, man. On everything, you gotta you can't put people life like that. Do people life like that, man? Seriously, man. That'll get a motherfucker brains blown out when they least expect it. You know what I'm saying? Because like the way the game is set up today, a lot of people do this shit. Niggas be snitching and be in the hood chilling, and niggas be saying this nigga told, and these motherfuckers ain't even told. I know a nigga. Matter of fact, I know a good friend of mine, man, a good friend of mine that I grew up with that got his brains got killed at one of my parties, man, because somebody said he told and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? I know a couple of situations like that, man. So it's imperative that we start following the rules if we choose the streets. Because that's one thing that motherfuckers need to understand. Y'all choosing these streets. The streets ain't choosing you. So if you choosing these streets, man, you have to abide by the rules. If you don't, everybody lose. Everybody. Every single motherfucking body that's involved in your life lose. Your mama, your kids, everybody. You get behind them walls, man, and hear all that fucking time. And then you, no. This is the thing. Do not get involved in something that you don't know the consequences behind. Period. Like I said, this podcast is not for talking about people. It's about happy lies, sad truths. They just opened this door for me to be able to talk where I can show the youngsters firsthand on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was lovely. So I'm not saying Big Meech is telling. I'm not saying Ralo told. I'm saying that by breaking the rules, it opened the door for this bullshit. One thing is for certain. I can see Meech getting out early I don't know if he got out a couple of years, I don't know what it really is, but I can see him getting out over some illness because when he was talking, he don't seem like the same motherfucker from back in the day, but he older. But so I'm not gonna just say, oh, he did this. You know what I'm saying? Because all kind of shit happens with cases. But in all actuality, I would say he would have been better off showing his paperwork, all his files to his paperwork, and letting somebody scan that shit online than getting on there and saying, I wasn't going to address this shit, but I've been a solid motherfucker my whole life. Well, you got your boy live saying you told, and then motherfuckers are saying he told. Then you got the little dude that you like so much, that little Blue Da Vinci nigga, who they say he told, and he's vouching for the nigga saying you told. You know what I'm saying? Now, whatever about this dude, but my point is, should nobody be saying nobody told unless they finna show this paperwork? Period. Now, that's a rule that has been broken, and you're breaking, it's like a sin. No sin is bigger than the next sin. You know, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt, you know what I'm saying? Those are sins, they all equal. And that's just like the rules of the street. They're all equal. You do not break the rules. This shit is so watered down now. So you take it like, oh, like LA is different than every other state, though. You know what I'm saying? Like New York, Chicago, Alabama, Texas. Everybody got figureheads that, for the most part, motherfuckers can say this ain't happening and shut shit down. LA motherfuckers ain't never, you know what I'm saying? You might get a big homie or something that can tell these, but for the most part, motherfuckers be on their own time. But if motherfuckers, and by all means, what I'm saying is, if motherfuckers is gonna be in these streets, man, motherfuckers need to implement the rules as they were meant to be played. Nobody should be above that. And that would bring the gang back to what it was meant to be. By all these by letting all these certain people slide, like now you can if you rich and you can motherfuckers have paperwork on you for real. And if you rich, you can hang out and do your thing. I only used to see that shit in the South. When I went to the South for the first time hustling, I was like, what the fuck? Motherfuckers was like, oh, that nigga snitched on. And I'm like, he in the club? The fuck type of shit is that? And I used to be like, man, that shit. Then when I was gone for so long, because I was on the run for like 12 years. And when I came back, LA was like that. Like, wait a minute, how the fuck? What? So my whole point is, it's around the world now. Look, I was in the car. I ain't gonna say no names, but I was in the car with my two East Side partners. It was in 2000 and when did them Escalades come out? Because I was one. He was the one that I seen with it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get me one. And I'm in the car with him. It's him. It's two of my partners from the East Side. I'm in the car with him, and they picked their little homie up, and they asked him about a case that took place out of town with them two niggas sets. And that nigga said, shit, you know the name of the game, whoever get down first. And I'm in the back, and I'm like, what the fuck did that mean? The nigga who driving laugh. And I'm like, what the fuck that mean? And my nigga said it. I said, oh, y'all niggas out of pocket. Nigga, let me out this motherfucker. And niggas were like laughing, but them niggas is on they hoods get real paper. But my point is, motherfuckers joke about this shit now. Like, that shit is crazy. But this is the type of shit you get when you break the rules. The game was cool when the rules was in it. Motherfuckers allowed the rules to be broken because it was so strict. It's like you got a strict daddy and your mama and daddy break up, so you want to go live with your mama. It's that type of shit. But when you get older, you realize, like where I grew up at, it was no cool shit going on over there, man. It wasn't no ballers. It was, nigga, you count on one hand how many rich niggas was from over there, man. Like, niggas wasn't having when we used to walk up in places, motherfuckers be like, fuck, here these motherfuckers come. You know what I'm saying? So I was, in fact, I love that paper, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Man, my cousins and them was from the other side of the tracks. Them niggas was rich, man. My cousins and them was old, man. Them niggas was getting their money, man. I mean, look here, man. And then again, I had a daddy too. So I think that had a lot to play in a lot of stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like you have to follow the rules, man. And if you can't follow the rules, man, don't play the fucking game. The game ain't even, it's not even really necessary no more, because they make it so easy to get to this paper. You got to think, to open up a dope spot, you got to look at it like this. First, you got to get the spot. You get the spot, then you got to send out, testers to all the fiends to let them know this where you at. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take you, if you just now hitting the town, it's gonna take you what, 30 days to get motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, to know that you got the bomb, the biggest, and it's worth them saying fuck they people they been fucking with. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta worry about the motherfuckers who turf you just moved into. So once they get on, it's gonna take, like I say, hesitate. You talking about by the time the police get on your spot, the niggas the niggas who hood you in gonna been and got on your spot. So now they gonna, 9 times out of 10, they gonna test the water to see what type of person you dealing with. And when they see that you ain't no pushover, 9 times out of 10, y'all finna go to war. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, now you got 45 days. Within another 15 days, next 45 days, the police gonna have enough time to run up in your spot. So if you smart, and then by the time you got a spot at 90 days, you should be looking for another spot in that same vicinity that the same fiends can go to. So, because they coming. Them people coming. Now, if you fuck around and have to get into a shootout with these dudes and you murder one of them motherfuckers, now you on the run. You got to get back to the city. Now you just took a whole L. Not to mention the pigs going to be looking for you. Now, to open up a legal business, All you got to do is be at one spot all the time for 90 days. You can go on Manchester and Western and sell socks. The first 5 to 15 days, you might not make no money. By the 30th day, you might sell 4 or 5 pair of socks. But then 4 or 5 pair of socks that you get, and then people ride by every day and see you there, they're gonna always come back there. They're gonna tell people. By 90 days, motherfuckers gonna know they can come right there and get some bomb socks. And you up from that point. All you gotta do is run that money through a bank for another 90 days. That's 6 months. And in that process, if your credit ain't right, you can be getting your credit right. So in that 6 months, now you go ask the bank. If you running $10,000 to $15,000 through that motherfucker a month, you ask the bank for $30,000. If you don't need $30,000, don't be greedy. If you don't need it, get it, take it out, and start putting that in the bank. Don't spend that money on nothing that's not gonna make money. Your fancy cars and nice houses and all that shit come with extra money, overflow money, if you will. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really not necessary no more. And if you see what it is doing and and the people is doing it too, what's the point? So like I said, this podcast is not necessarily here for to talk about people. I just seen the perfect opportunity to use this situation so I can talk to like my nephews and my little cousins, motherfuckers that be like this old nigga, whoop, and to be clear, don't not get old but close, man. And they come back in style. No, but seriously, man, these two dudes, like, I really feel sorry for Ralo though, man, because if we were following the rules, it wouldn't have never been able to be done. Wouldn't nobody been able to say he was a snitch from the gate because they'd have had to have paperwork in hand. See what I'm saying? His paperwork show he didn't tell on nobody. It show he was telling lies and all that. But the cold thing about his paperwork, what it's like, if he was in prison and had to show that goddamn paperwork, motherfuckers would knock him down because of the rules. It say you did a proffer. A proffer is when you tell them motherfuckers, you told them something. See, now you telling us what you want us to know. But his paperwork say that he falsified information and da. He all the locations they went to was vacant and these people didn't exist and all that. But anybody in the feds gonna say to themselves, shit, when the feds came and got me, they knew everything. When somebody know everything, it's hard to tell a lie about some shit. So that's where the breaking the rules shit is fucked up. It's messed up, man. You know, because I feel sorry for him because his paperwork show he didn't tell, but his name was put out there. I know the feeling on that shit, man. That's some cold shit, man. Especially when you solid. When you solid, man, when you ain't never told, like with me, for example, like nothing I could have told on any motherfucker, but I wasn't getting out of jail. I had a fucking suspended sentence. It was over. I got caught on the freeway with some pounds. The homegirl got me out of that by telling the pigs, without me even saying that, I tilt my hat to Felicia. On me, that's my nigga. She told the motherfuckers that they picked me up. They let me go. But it's still in record. I got out. When I got out, that's what got me violent. I was going to prison anyway. So I'm going to tell on my motherfucking road dogs. The nigga who I wasn't at none of his criminal case when he went to jail for anyway. So, but my point is, I know how niggas can just say that type of shit. So when, like I said, let me get to that point. When I sat down with the big homie, and the big homie called the person to his garage that had first initially said it to him. And whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? And I kept that shit quiet. It is what it is. He said what he said, and I respect my elders, so I respected what he said. But my point is, if motherfuckers was following the rules, motherfuckers would have knocked dude down just for saying it because it ain't no paperwork. Cause I ain't never told on. I could. What fuck I'm telling for? You know what I'm saying? I gotta spend this. I'm going to prison. Like, and that's like, so I understand how Ralo feel. Now, Meech, if Meech did do some bullshit like with that bro, that's just him thinking he's slicker than the next motherfucker, and he should know better. You know what I'm saying? And if he didn't do nothing, like I said, all this shit, I will say, because you fucking with 50. You know what I'm saying? I will say it's publicity stuff. You know, he'll throw you under the bus just to get you to see if you'll catch your alley oop and blow up off of it. But this saying a nigga told, calling a nigga a rat, these is words that motherfuckers die about. You understand what I'm saying? So, youngsters, man, look. Anybody, I ain't gonna say youngsters, even a cats that's older that got bit by that hustling bug, and every day is a struggle. Like me, every day is a struggle, man. But these are the things that stop me. It's too many legal grinds that you can get that's like drug money when you equate it. So just say you got a spot in your brain, you saying, shit, I could be making $1,000 an hour, which you can. But in 4 months, what kind of trouble you gonna have? Where with this hustle, you only making $100 an hour. But that $100 an hour, you ain't got to worry about the feds. You ain't got to worry about getting robbed. You ain't got to worry about them coming to take your money, take your property, and none of that. And in 6 months' time, you can go to the bank and ask for $200,000. Just think, ask your hustling partners how many of them motherfuckers done stacked 200,000 in 6 months. Stacked, not made. Stacked. That means 200 over here. Everything else moving perfect. All your bills paid. All your girls happy. Everything. You got the work. Everything moving, and you got 200 that you just stacked in 6 months. And I guarantee you, you might find one. I didn't say make. I said stack. That means it's over here and you ain't never got to touch it. So with this, you can do that. And then if you don't got nothing to do with the money, you can take the 200,000 out, put 1,000 every other day, 2,000 every other day, and then when the bill become due, because if you got a line of credit, you only got to use what you spend. If you got the loan, you got to pay it all back at a percentage. So what do? You throw 100,000 of the 200,000 in an interest-bearing account with an automatic debit out that motherfucker. So your payments will be paid on time for 6 months. Then if they gave you 200, you go back in 6 months and ask for 6. You paying on time. You still got cash flow coming through that motherfucker. They're going to run it. So in 90 days, in 9 months, you just made $600,000. What's the point of breaking the law? Now, if you got shit on your credit that you need to get off, then it might take a little longer. But it's still less than a year. And all you niggas that call yourself pimps, all you young cats that call yourself pimps, before one of these females fag off on you like they doing y'all and getting on these stands and testifying and make you take a 5-year, 6-year deal or get life, if you can convince a young lady to sell her body for U.S. currency, you can convince that young lady to go and fix her credit and get on one of these corporations and get that money for you and give it to you. She going to sell her body and give you the money. You don't think she'll walk in the bank with a corporation, get the money and give you the debit card, man? Come on, man. You got to use your head for more than a hat rack. But anyway, man, thank y'all for tuning in to Happy Lies and Sad Truths. And remember, man, Follow the rules, or everything that you work for will crumble. Everything. And this is a rule I wanna throw out before I leave. When you're out here active in these streets, whether you selling drugs, robberies, white collar crime, and all that shit, you do not want to be owning houses and businesses while you're still in the streets. Because if you own your house 9 times out of 10, you're gonna stay in it. If you're renting it out, somebody, your mama, or somebody close to you, that if the feds come, they know they that close to you, is collecting that money. And when the feds come on some serious shit, they taking all that shit anyway. You want to be able to get up and bounce like that when you dibbling and dabbling in the streets, man. Period. Period. Fuck what people telling you, oh, that it's not cute. Because you got to expose so much of your personal life, or a person that's that close to you's personal life, that they gonna have your ass. It ain't gonna be no running. Give your boy, what's the boy they just got, Lil Durk, I think that's his name. Yeah, you see what happened to that motherfucker? He in fucking Florida bullshitting around with his family. While they looking for other motherfuckers that got something connected to him. It may not have nothing to do with him, but it's connected. And he trying to get, yeah, they ain't no going nowhere. They been watching you the whole time. They knew what rides you was on at Disney World, nigga. Yeah, they coming to get you, man. When you're involved in these street activities, man, you are supposed to be able to disappear like that and say fuck everything and everybody. Kids, wife, mama, daddy. That's the price you pay for running these streets, man. And if you can't do it, don't get into this shit, man. Because in all actuality, it's gonna happen. It's only 2 fucking things that's guaranteed in these streets, and that's prison and or death, or both. Those are your only 2 options. Nobody, and I mean nobody, you or I know, has beat these streets. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. And remember, we're sponsored by Big on Successful Stuff Clothing. If it ain't ice white, it ain't right. You get over to BOSS, the number 3, N as in Nancy, T as in Tom, clothing, the number 3.com. And Dr. Green's Holistic and Wellness. We got all the condiments made with 100% tea. Yeah. Get high the healthy way at DAKTERGREN. And thank y'all for tuning in. Until next week, peace.